Well, it is a known fact that the Nigerian state is faced with uh, a war against banditry and terrorism. This war or this battle has been going on for over a decade and a half. And victory over terrorists and bandits is as important as the unity, the peace, the survival of the Nigerian state. And it is also a fact that the war we are fighting as a country is not just about us and the terrorists, but it's also a battle that is being fought by other nations within the sub-region. The situation we are in is the same situation the country of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. And those countries that are today under military rule, part of the reasons for the takeover has to do with the failure of the government, successive governments in those countries to combat the pervasive insecurity that is annihilating the people of that country. Well, for us, we have talked too much about insecurity. What is needed for us is to step up our actions, because our actions as a government and as a nation has not been able to exterminate the activities of bandits and terrorists in our country. We have had so many talk shops, so many summits, so many conferences about security. And what is needed now is more action. And we have seen in the last 1.5 decades how terrorists in the northeastern part of Nigeria, up to this very time, are unleashing mayhem and havoc against innocent people and burning down villages, kidnapping people and extorting hundreds of ransom. And each time you thought that they have been exterminated, few days you will see them coming out more boldly and daring. So we have had enough talk shop. What is needed now is that we should do something differently or improve on what we are doing. What is that improvement? We are in the 31st century. This technology is very important. And from some of the reports that have been coming up from those terrorists said that they are advancing their courses by even using sophisticated technological devices like drones. So I think these are things we need to improve upon and then continue to fight. And it is also the fact of history and reality of today that you cannot win a war against terrorism within 24 hours. This is a battle that nations of the world, more advanced nations, more developed militaries in the world have been fighting, and they are still battling. So we have to continue to do it. One thing that should be in our mind is that we should have faith in our military. We should continue to support and encourage them. And then it is also a fact that the terrorists cannot overrun the Nigerian state. But it is the battle of our time, the battle of our era. It is the cause of our nation that we must unite and achieve big victory at the end of the day. If those terrorists are not destroyed, are not exterminated, then our country will continue to bleed and to suffer. So we have to continue to do what we are doing and improve upon what we are doing. But sitting down in an air-conditioned hall and coming out with a lot of speeches from left, right, and center that adds nothing, it's not going to be of help as far as I'm concerned.
All right, Senator, apparently you do not agree. Maybe you stand on the same position with Ningi and I think Baribe on this, that is maybe just going to end up with spending money on another talk shop. It's just action at the end of the day. And I want you to speak further. I remember it was Senator Shomole, I think so, that made the statement, but I don't think they followed through, whether it was not accepted in that sense. I'm just using my words carefully here. When he was talking about probing the spendings of past military officers as well, he even alleged at some point, I know some military generals were not happy, that there are even former military generals who are complicit, even in banditry, because of the kind of, the way those operations were carried out. And he had his own flags against him to that effect. But he had raised the concern over the monies we spend, our budget allocation. Military security takes like the highest chunk, even in 2025 budget. So it's time for us to look into the books and know whether these monies are expended appropriately and sufficiently. Don't you think that's also another direction? Because it looks like the more we're spending money, the more the average person is not feeling safe. So that is absolutely counterproductive, and that is not supposed to be.
Well, there are those who think that when we have a state of emergency, I mean a state of emergency in the sense that we are faced with terror attacks in parts of the country, and the need to fund the military, to equip the military, and to give them the blank check to fight is necessary. But there are those who also, from another school of thought, who believe that the need for probity and accountability in defense expenditure is very important as far as the need to succeed is concerned. Now let's look at this. The defense budget of Nigeria is higher than the combined defense budget of almost all of the West African states. And why should other countries that are spending less seems to be safer than us? Why should that be? So the need for accounting in terms of money spent in the prosecution of this war is very important.